Hello, you're welcome back to Project Management Demystified. Right, so this is episode, I think, 6 of the Agile Project Management series, and specifically focusing on the role of a Scrum Master. So I think in the last episode, I was covering the product owner, so trying to bring the role of a Scrum Master to life through the engagement with the product owner. So as I said, the product owner is owns the product vision, owns the product backlog, and I was I was trying to give some examples of products, some examples of products. So one example that I gave was like biscuits or chocolates or Apple Pay, Google Pay, and I said it could be Apple Pay, for instance, or Google Pay, for instance, could have multiple product owners depending on what they want to cover or the size. Just as an example, say for instance, our organization makes chocolates. You could have a product owner for just the wrapper of the chocolates. So the product owner would have the vision to bring the wrapper of the chocolates to life. So on the product roadmap, for instance, it could have change in design of the chocolates. So the product owner for the wrapper will be working with the product owner for the actual contents as the chocolates and the design. So we see chocolate wrappers or sweet wrappers. We might just think that it's just something they came up with and they just wrapped it. A lot of work would have gone into that. The product owner would have had series of meetings and conversations to come up with that wrapper. So the color schemes, the color shades that are used would have been discussed. The size of the wrapper, the shape of the wrapper would have been discussed in detail, sometimes in emotional details that the product owner wants the customers, the clients, to feel a certain way. Another example, and that's just a random example of chocolates and wrappers. So something like Apple Pay and Google Pay, for instance, customers, Apple Pay could have a separate product owner for transactions on Apple Pay. If you have Apple Pay or if you have Google Pay, I'm not sure about Google Pay, but if you have Apple Pay, you would remember that previously when you use your Apple Pay, the transactions might not necessarily show on your phone, on your wallet, but after some time you started seeing the transactions on wallet, so you can have a summary of the transactions that you've made on your Apple Pay. The product owner for maybe Apple Pay or Apple Pay transactions is going somewhere, and we don't know what the next thing that they're trying to do to continue to keep the wallet engaging. We don't know what the next thing will be. Maybe they could come up with organizing our transactions to help us better with our finances. One day, maybe Apple could start offering loans to people. We don't know, but that's just to give you a flavor of what a product owner could be doing. So they'll have a product vision and say, have a 3, 5, or 10-year horizon, and then look at the products that they want to deliver in that time scale, in that timeline. So what has that got to do with a Scrum Master? So let's use the chocolates example, for instance. We're making chocolates and we've made wrapper. The wrapper that has been designed and is on the product backlog will then be handed over to the Scrum team that will develop the wrapper. So the Scrum teams that will develop the wrapper will then work on the wrapper based on what the product owner has designed with the product team or with the product management team. So all the Scrum team need to do is to develop the wrapper, and the Scrum Master would have worked with the product owner to understand what the product owner wants. So because the Scrum Master is close to the team, the Scrum Master would have been asking some questions that the teams might come up with. So all those would have been resolved and then handed over to the team, and maybe within 2 weeks sprint, or 2 sprints, or 4 sprints, or a PI increments, the wrapper is designed and ready. And then there is a demo at the Inspect and Adapt, and we show this is the wrapper we've come up with, and then the product owner would be happy with it, because if the product owner had any feedback or input, it would have been done in things like sprints review, and that would have been, feedback would have been collected at the time, and teams would have gone back to adjust or continue to work on anything that the product owner wants them to work on. I hope that makes sense. Let me leave it there for today, and then I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.